Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hanaf Shakil and I am the student of first year from Askaria Schools and Colleges, Gulzar-e-Quaid campus. Today I am going to demonstrate about the kingdom Animalia and its classification system. The kingdom Animalia got its name from Latin word anima, which means soul or breath. All animals are included in kingdom Animalia, which have soul and they can breathe. And as we are humans, we can also breathe and we have a soul, so we are also included in kingdom Animalia. Now, moving towards the criteria for animal classification. The animals can be classified according to 4 different criteria. The first one is presence or absence of tissues. Second one is number of tissue layers. Third one is on the basis of body symmetry. And last one is on the basis of body cavity. First, we will discuss classification on the basis of presence or absence of tissues. On the basis of presence or absence of tissues, we have 2 kinds of animals, Parazoa and Pneumatozoa. Parazoa are simple multicellular organisms. They lack tissue organization, but they show division of labor. They are asymmetrical animals. Their example is sponges. Pneumatozoa. These animals have similar cells grouped together into highly coordinated unit called tissues. Tissue assemble into larger function unit which are known as organs. Different organs operate and constitute an organ system. Example of Pneumatozoa includes all animal phylum except sponges. Now, moving towards our next classification, which is based on number of tissue layers. So on the basis of number of tissue layers, we have 2 kinds of animals, diploblastic animals and triploblastic animals. Diploblastic animals, as their name indicates that diplo means 2, so such animals have 2 germ layers, ectoderm and endoderm. There's a jelly-like mesoglea between these germ layers and there's only one cavity which is known as gastrovascular cavity and it has only one opening. And the example of diploblastic animals include phylum Cnidaria. Now moving towards our triploblastic animals, as their name indicates, triplo means 3, so these animals have 3 germ layers, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. These animals have specialized cells, organs and organ system. Example of triploblastic animals include animals from phylum Platyhelminthes to chordates. The third classification system is based on the type of body symmetry. There are 2 groups on the basis of body symmetry. The first group is with radial symmetry and the second group is with bilateral symmetry. The organisms with radial symmetry, they have body parts which are arranged as spokes around a central body axis. This type of symmetry is considered as an invitation for sessile life, means non-motile life. Example is jellyfish. As you can see in our diagram, a coral polyp has a radial symmetry. Now moving towards the bilateral symmetry. While the organism with bilateral symmetry have equivalent left and right halves, if an imaginary line passes at the center of their body, like we are humans, we also have bilateral symmetry, and you can also see in the diagram the red line indicates the imaginary line. The fourth classification system is based on the type of body cavity or coelom, and there are 3 groups on the basis of body cavity. The first one is Acoelomate, the second one is Pseudocoelomates, and last one is Coelomates. Going into the detail, the first group of organisms which are known as Acoelomates, these organisms don't have any body cavity. So there is no body cavity, that's why these are known as Acoelomates. Example are Platyhelminthes and flatworms. Now, the second is the Pseudocoelomates. This group of organisms possesses a false cavity. That means a body cavity exists, but that body cavity is not at an exact location. That means that it is between the mesoderm and endoderm. So these type of body cavity which is between mesoderm and endoderm is called false body cavity. Acoelomates and nematodes are included in Pseudocoelomates. The third group is coelomates and the organisms which have their body cavity within or between the mesoderm. That type of organisms are called coelomates. Now, animals from phylum Annelids to chordates are included in this category. Coelomates are further classified into 2 groups which are named as Protostomes and Deuterostomes. These 2 groups reflect 2 main lines of evolution based on their pattern of early development. The first group is named as Protostomes. These organisms have ability to develop mouth firstly during early development and anus is developed later in life. As mouth developed firstly, so these are known as protostomes, while the organisms which are named as Deuterostomes, these organisms firstly developed anus from blastospore, while the mouth is developed later during development. So as mouth is developed later during development, so these are known as Deuterostomes. And examples are echinoderms and chordates. So here is the overview of all classification system, as we have discussed all classification systems previously. So thank you so much. Have a nice day.